Morning, morning musings. Oh, there is a lag. I'm off. Are we still? Okay, that looks better. Okay, so goodness gracious, morning musings. Let me turn on the chat. From the tiny little studio on this tiny little Greek island. Today is Friday. I guess it's what, Black Friday today, that whole crazy shopping thing that goes on. I am definitely not in tune with that whole Black Friday thing. It's just not a part of the culture here, at least not yet. Of course, it will. Um, they will find some way to bring it in. And well, I guess they do a little bit, but it's certainly not the craziness that happens in the States. Um, they were waiting outside the department stores and opening the doors and people trampling each other. I mean, oh, seriously? Uh, but my thoughts are around the fifth uh, reason why you older artists should start a YouTube channel today, yesterday. And that is simply to create a library of you. In other words, it's the same thing as saying leaving a legacy, right? But uh, again, I'm going to say that not leaving a legacy in the sense of, oh, here I am, me, available online, documented, you know, not on that ego sense, but rather on the um, the the higher level, the higher self realm of serving. So when you are, in fact, your energy comes behind serving to offer something for others that are in need of it. You are a part of a community. Um, you are in service. I mean, that's really what it is. Then um, you are leaving a healthy library of who you are. Because here on this YouTube channel, this doesn't go for social media, but on YouTube, it really does provide um, a legacy, a library of what you have to offer, your very specific, beautiful, unique, original self in the way that you see things, and offering that, serving others, um, creating your community, serving others, learning from your community, from the service that you are giving to others. You are creating a channel, a library of you. And it's something that artists will come to and find for many, many years to come, at least however long we're going to have uh, the internet reality the way we have it today, right? You'll just always be there. You will be helping others for generations to come. In fact, uh, uh, people coming back and looking and finding and listening and taking um, what they need to help build the areas within each one of us, with each person, uh, the areas that they need to understand and grow and develop. And that is a gift. That is a gift. It's priceless. It's priceless. Uh, no amount of money will ever have that kind of worth. And if you're coming at this from that perspective rather than being in more in the shallow waters of the ego, and I just want to get myself out there, and yeah, that's there's a place for that as well. I'm not shunning the ego. I don't do that because we are all ego. There's you can't get rid of it, and it would be silly to try and get rid of the ego. Rather, in my philosophy, now that I'm going to go on a little tangent here, but the whole ego thing is down in the solar plexus area. So it is rather an area of um, the decision making. Yeah, I'm going to paint this painting. I'm going to do this. So I've got to put it together. I've got to, get my brushes clean. I got to, clean off the palette, get fresh paints out. That whole thing. It's your physical, I would say, false self expression, right? It's a valid false self expression. I'm talking about a false self expression, the ego being uh, uh, vital for this physical world. Otherwise, you guys, we wouldn't have one. I mean, we wouldn't have our egos. It is there to protect us. It is there to help us move and to navigate this world that we live in. And it's there, and we need it. Uh, but it shouldn't be running these upper levels. the the heart level should really not have much to do with the ego. It does, but it shouldn't have too much to do with the ego. It shouldn't be pulled down. The heart area needs to be opened up, and with the ego clamping down, the two really don't go well together unless the ego side gets calmed, and we just open up to more love and more grace and more of those beautiful things that this world has to offer. And if you're up in here, the ego really has no place. If you're up in here and you're reaching for, the more open spaces in our human condition, in our human channel, the ego's not, shouldn't be a part of it. Should just like, be quiet and sit to the side and wait for your instruction. And then you ignite the ego to go with it. Okay, so um, talking about leaving a legacy. So when you come to your YouTube channel and you're in tune with serving others, then, the sidekick ego is put more is put in his place. Not in a negative kind of way, but it's healthy for the entire being. So uh, uh, it just works well that way. And when you come to a YouTube channel for whatever level of artistry that you're at, if you're an advanced painter and you're thinking, well, why would anybody listen to me? Or if you're a beginner and you're thinking, well, I don't know anything, so why would anybody listen to me? Um, uh, it's it's it has nothing to do with where you are. You can create the YouTube channel as long as, in my humble opinion, everybody can have their own ideas about this, but as long as you are coming at it from a balanced channel, from a balanced place. And yeah, yeah. So does that mean that that I come to my YouTube channel and I'm ego-less? No, of course not. When I see a morning musings that I like and I feel like I did well, and I enjoy uh, you know, I enjoyed it. I enjoy kind of being like, yeah, that was kind of nice. I mean, I can give myself little ego pats on the back, of course. And there's nothing bad or wrong about it. Um, but I do know that I come here uh, in a from a different place than the ego, and I even even the act of just pressing that record button, filming myself, and uploading it to the internet for all of you to see was stepping beyond my ego state because my ego would have it, don't do that. Don't do that. Are you crazy? do not, do not embarrass yourself that way. Do not put that bad video up. I mean, what will people think? That's ego, right? So just the act of pressing record and filming yourself is, in fact, putting yourself in line to your center, in tune, connected with the channel that is within us all, and taking that creativity and limiting it and putting it down so that you can create a video and publish it on YouTube is an act of being in a higher place within yourself. So get over it, press record, make it happen, and upload it. Hello, my dear Corby. How are you? Ah, I was thinking about you knowing that I was coming on later today. So, yeah, those are just my thoughts today as I close up this last week's podcast on, why older people should start a YouTube channel. It was kind of nice to come through it on a daily thing, thinking about it. It was very comfortable because I had the 5 reasons, 5 days in the week, and taking one day for each of the reasons why you need to start a YouTube channel. And so I've got that working. Um, Today I have a video. You can see my lemon. I'm going to do a demo and kind of a video on painting clouds. And why do I have a lemon if I'm talking about clouds? Well, it's part of the connection of I always say that everything's a lemon. Everything is a lemon, and you're thinking a lemon. A cloud is definitely not a lemon. And no, obviously, a cloud is not a lemon. However, on a two-dimensional surface, you can treat it the same way as painting a lemon. And uh, the the basic qualities are the same, and you need to do it on a two-dimensional surface. Otherwise, your landscape or your cloudscape painting, your skyscape painting, whatever it is that we call it these days, will not work. And so I want to get that up and out. Again, crossing fingers, hopefully today that will be happening. I'm just looking down at my notes here. And I have some editing to do on that as well. When you go into like film a video, it's not like it all happens all at once. Uh, I have found a nice little pattern where I will first talk out the video. I will talk it out, like film it um, as if I'm doing a video podcast or one of these morning musings, and uh, talk it through, and then I do the filming, and then I put it together. That's not how I started out doing it. I started out doing each section separately and then doing some editing. But this seems to work. It seems to be easier this way. So, that's it for today. It's cloudy. It's going to be a very cold and rainy and windy weekend. There will be no ferry boats on Sunday, I think. Saturday, it'll just be raining. But the clouds are here, gathering and collecting and creating their own community in their own sphere. Uh, and they will come together and pour on us. And, we've got some preparing to do for that, covering the wood for the fireplace and the wood stove. And yeah, it's quite nice. I love the wood stove and, cooking on it. And uh, it's so very warm and cozy and cuddly. You know, I love it. So I am going to get off 16 minutes and 20 seconds and get to my painting and my filming and doing all the fun things that will happen today. And, I have my plan, I've got it written down, but it doesn't mean that it always happens that way. Life comes in and can knock you off track, and that's okay. The point is to have your focus and your goal and to do what you can to get it done. And other things may come in, like they often do, especially when you have a full house, family, and, things going on and happening. And that's okay. Working with where you are, uh, the focus, I have my main focus, which is here and creating that library, creating that, quote unquote legacy thing. It's a difficult term for me because it is steeped in ego, or it has the potential to be steeped in ego. Yes, Corby, my dear, you have a lovely day as well. Let me know if we can have a tea, okay? Whenever. Let's hook that up. I would love to sit with you for a minute. For a minute. Oh my gosh. I've never actually said it like that in the American way. In a minute. For a while. That's the way that's the way we said things, but language changes, life changes, your library will change as you keep uploading videos, as we all change. Our art changes as we continue. The way we see life and the world changes. It's a continuum. And I think it's important for you artists, especially you older artists, to just press that record button and open up that YouTube channel and begin creating the library of you. So with that, be inspired, be creative, be you. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful weekend, and I will see you all again on Monday.